start doing something like vlogs, speaking out my thoughts, or just filming whatever throughout the day, or whatever comes to mind. I just have to actually get used to filming myself. That would really be the thing. And one thing that I was thinking just now is being grateful of the things that I've learned recently. I'm grateful for the balance that I've had in myself and that has came out to my children. I'm so very grateful for how things have played out. It's been a difficult time recently, and I've been able to handle it, like release the feeling. Like I swear, after releasing other people, like my life, like, oh man, I feel so much better. Like after releasing the judgment that has came, like I don't have to worry about what anyone thinks about me. It does not matter. I don't care what anyone thinks about me at all. I don't. So it's been great. I am so very grateful to just take some breaths and just do that time. Recently, man, my life just got turned upside down. Honestly, I kind of fell under the pressure. You know, my whole thing is that I'm aligning with what's meant for me, and I still very much stand on that. Everything fell into place as it was meant to, and I'm so very grateful for that. You know, I was in a relationship that I was like, I didn't realize how okay I wasn't until I got in that, to be honest. Because I think the thing is, I was so desperate for one person. I was so like, I put someone on a pedestal, and this person, they didn't necessarily deserve to be on a pedestal. And that's not to say that they are undeserving. I'm not saying that. But no one really needs to be on a pedestal for you. Like, you should be on your own and not put someone above you in a way. And that's kind of what I was doing accidentally. But yeah, I held someone to such high regard, whatever, and that kind of ruled for a little bit. And then you know, I I had to release that. And then I had a dream about someone. And then I reached out to them, and it worked out at that time. And I learned a lot during that time. You know, it didn't work out, and that's fine. It held the purpose that it needed to, and I'm so very grateful for the whole experience. I'm grateful for everything that I've learned. I'm grateful for the love that I was able to receive. And, you know, I would have loved to have been able to do better for her, but I did the best I could, honestly. I was not at all okay then. I didn't realize, you know, like, it's hard to trust people. It is really hard to trust people. I've been around some very untrustworthy type of people. Never have I really been around someone that I can actually trust. And this is something I'm releasing. I'm releasing it. Yes. The whole thing is like, you know, I was aligning with what was meant for me, and I just kind of thought like the next person that would come in, I would show my vulnerable, like I would show my full vulnerability, really. Like she got to see the full truth of me, the darkest things, like the deepest, like the yuckiest, all of it. And I wasn't trying to hide anything. I was trying to be like fully transparent, like honest about all of it and everything. And that wasn't easy to do. And she was like, she showed me a lot of her that I'm sure she wasn't able to show other people. And I'm very grateful for that. Honestly, I'm so very grateful for like to get to see a different side and to be able to see the fullness of someone. I'm so very grateful for that. I'm grateful for everything that I've learned. I've never really been shown the love, like shown the that I can be taken care of. And I'm very grateful to being able to shown that, like to been able to have received that, whatever. And yeah, the thing about unconditional love, I will say, just generally, I'm not, yeah, But the thing about unconditional love is to love someone without expecting in return. Like, love someone for who they are, where they're at right now, and don't try necessarily to build them up. Just love them. Just love them. You know that they need love, you know that they need help, so you just love them. You just help them. You just be there for them however they need it at that time. And don't expect something in return. That's where, like, you know, relationships and all of that, this is generally speaking, okay, I don't need to say that, but the relationships and all that, this is something, I watched a video recently on TikTok and it made a lot of sense, to where it's meant to be growth. You're supposed to grow in the relationships, you're supposed to learn things, and you're supposed to, yeah, and it's not just about having companionship. It's really not just about that. You have to learn and, like, see the darkness of a person, see the depths of a person, and not just judge them. Don't just, oh, what the heck is that? Okay, I don't know what I just did. Okay. Anyway, so I could keep going and say all this stuff, but I just want to try to do something. I have been absent. I have been just doing my own thing, needing to really focus on myself, get myself together, still working on that and aligning. And yeah, now I'm in the basement of my mother's childhood home, and that is a whole thing that has been with it. And I'm so very grateful because I feel like my nervous system in general has calmed down because I have been able to calm it. And I am so very grateful for my energy, the ability I have to calm myself and handle the darkest, the hardest, and all of the situations. And everything works out perfectly. Everything always works out perfectly. You know, one thing I will say, like, I've learned a lot of things. I've learned so many things over the last couple of years, and I'm so very grateful for my ability to learn those things. I've learned important things. And one thing, watching myself, like, one thing I've had to really overcome is being able to speak, because, you know, like, speaking with my tooth, this is something, like, the biggest insecurity, and, like, where I am most unafraid at this point. Like, I say most unafraid. I don't care. I don't care, because I know I was in a bike wreck when I was 6 years old. And yeah, there's that. I was in a bike wreck when I was 6 years old. So yeah, and then I had a fake tooth. It was a chipped tooth, and I've had a video where I've said about being called chippy. So there's that. And now there's another tooth that's chipped, and that's because whenever I was pregnant with my third child, my tooth broke. Like, the part that was chipped off, there was, yeah, it's a whole thing. I could go into how it all happened, but my tooth broke off and I had to get it pulled. I was pregnant, so it had to be a temporary fix. And so yeah, and then I lost that, and now, like, you know, something that, wearing a fake tooth, it will screw up your other teeth. Like, the reason this tooth is chipped, the reason why it's like that is because of the fake tooth. The fake tooth screwed up this one. And now something that I kind of have to worry about is, or I don't really worry about it, this is something that I should not worry about, is because, like, this, it's a, like, dead tooth basically. It's really hard. Like, I need general dental work, because dental work is health. And that's a whole thing I could get into, where dental health is it's a lot. It can affect your mental health. That is very much true. And it affects your actual physical health. Like, one of the reasons probably why I'm so tired is because I've been dealing with an infection in my mouth for years now. Like, 4 years now. Editing, and just wanted to add this in. I'm still figuring out the editing thing, and
won't let me add a text. So, yeah. But the reason why I had not gone to the dentist yet so far is because my insurance just recently started covering dental. And yeah, and the reason I have a lot of stuff that I have to do with it, and my insurance also doesn't cover anesthesia, so no, so fine. And I am able to fix that now, so this is something I have to do. And I am a single parent, so trying to do things, trying to actually take care of yourself while you're a single parent, especially if you have multiple children, and especially if you have multiple children that have needs. Like, they're like, I have children who are normal. They're normal, but we are special. We are very special children. I said we are very special children because me too. Me too. I'm 32 years old, but I am a child. I don't care. I like my inner child is healing itself like constantly. Constantly. And I know that is the most brutal thing spoken. Seriously. But yes, I could go on and on about that, but this is something that I have to deal with because it has been an insecurity. That used to be my biggest insecurity, but now I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't care. Maybe I shouldn't say that because I'm trying to actually make a presence. But yes, I don't care. I don't care. And like the thing that I felt so much recently, I have felt is because I am so freaking grateful. I am so grateful. Like, 2020 was a year that, like, whoa, what the heck? Like, so much happened that year, and it's crazy. And I, I should have been making videos. I think, like, there's so much that I had to work past. I've had a lot of stuff to work through, and I've really healed myself. There's a lot of people who say don't look too much at the past, don't hold on to the past. But when you're able to look at the past, like, I have a lot of memory loss. That's something else. Like, there's so much. Like, doing this YouTube thing, trying to actually make videos and actually make a presence of myself. The first videos that I made were my jump. Those were my jump. Like, those were so I could actually do it. And I made a video on my birthday trying to make it about my mom. And then the thing is, even in that time, I was actually able to feel the grief that I really felt because I lost my mother. And that, like, I'm in her childhood home. That is an intense thing to feel. That is a very intense thing to feel. And like, I could go deep into it. And even in the thing about that, like, the thing about that is, stuff that's happened when it comes to trauma and all that, people tend to want to sweep it under the rug. And the thing is, you should really be able to address it. You need to work through certain things. And whenever you can do that and not feel such pain, like, you can see it for what it is, and then you don't feel such pain. Because my mom went through a lot of crap. She, like, her whole entire life, she really did. And it made her a type of way. And, like, the thing is, I barely remember what it's like to have a mother. I really do. I really don't. Really, like, yeah. It's a lot. Like, it's a lot to feel. Like, the whole thing, like, man. And when I say my whole life got, like, things got really turned around because, like, I lost my apartment and it was very needed. Like, I had been saying that I needed this to happen. Like, I said I needed to happen. I needed a fresh start because I do better when I get a fresh start. And, things might get lost along the way because I had been in those apartments for 6 years. We were in those apartments for 6 years and it was good for the first little bit. And then someone moved in, and that person who moved in, oh my gosh, I swear they're the ones that made my life hell at that point. But they stole our dog, like helped along the stealing of her dog and all that stuff. But the thing is, she went through a lot of crap. Like, that's the thing about me, is that I understand people. I understand people sometimes to my own detriment. And I don't, like, you know, I don't feel bad about that even. I am releasing the to my own detriment. That, no, because I understand people and I'm glad that I understand people because that makes a huge difference. You know, you can have an education in anything, but if you don't have the life experience to actually follow along with that, then it doesn't matter. Not really. You have to have actual experience. And you know, I could go on and on about it. There's a couple things I'm going to say about myself. So, I am very confident at this point, and that confidence comes from I look at myself and it's like, oh my goodness, I am actually this person. Like, I have felt a lot of insecurities, and those insecurities come from certain things. It comes from this, it comes from, and you know, I said at one point I was gonna make a parody video about this, and I probably should like make a whole expose myself. Like, this is what it is. Like, this is actually it. And maybe that's something that could come. I'm not gonna say what's to come anymore because I'll eventually probably plan this stuff out, you know, but right now I really just go with the vibes and allow things to flow out as it's supposed to come out. And I love that about myself. That's something like, what else am I supposed to do? Because I have no control over any of this stuff. So I'm just here present, and that's what I'm doing at this point. And yeah, I am very grateful to be here present. I'm very grateful to do all this. And anyway, I was thinking about the word confidence. I'm very confident because, you know, I will post a picture of myself, and we'll do that. I'll post a picture of myself and you'll see why I am so confident, because I am the person that I am. And I've made videos of myself and all of that. So, like, I love who I am. I really love who I am. And I mean that against no one else. I mean that against no one else. I said I'm going to post a picture of myself, so let's do that. I don't, like, I'm still figuring this editing thing out. Editing is not what I want to do. Like, I'm doing the the video part. I'll film myself. Like, I don't care about editing. That's something we'll figure out. It's gonna be worked out. That's being real to say, yeah, I realize my strengths and I realize where I just don't care. Like, I really just don't care. You know, I have the personality, I have the ability, I have the look, like, I can talk your ear off or not. You know, I am able to do it, but yeah. And here I am. I should have been doing this a long time ago. I really should have been doing this a long time ago. But again, I've had a lot of things to work through. And posting those last videos, I didn't realize how much energy it would take to do that. I didn't, like, I really put out some stuff, like accusing, I didn't, not necessarily accusing, but man, okay, so I talked to my child today, and I really appreciate this conversation. Like, we talked a bit. One of the things they said is it's a cycle in my family. The grooming is a cycle in my family. Essay, that, like, that's something, that's where our general conversation kind of had to do with. But you know, when I was a kid, like, I needed constant stimulation. I was very over sexualized, and I was groomed somewhere I was groomed. And I don't know, I don't, like, to say I was groomed, like, but I don't know what happened exactly. I don't know all the stuff because I have a lot of memory loss. Like, I don't remember most of my childhood. I really don't. And that's part of where I don't really remember having a mother. I barely do. And that makes me so sad sometimes. I say it makes me so sad, but at the same time, since she's passed, like, I feel her presence more now than I have in a long time. And it's been over 6 years since she passed. And I am so, so grateful. Like, honestly, just so very grateful. I'm so very grateful for the connection we have. Like, I could go on and on. Like, I am so very grateful for my children. It's like a whole cycle to where, you know, my mom, she had 3 kids. She had me and then 2 boys. And then I had a boy and then 2, like, born female. And then one of them is now trans. So, you know, I've really just been a cycle breaker. And the thing about even my trans child, like, I do understand more of where that came from. Like, and the thing that's kind of funny is that people think that I place it on them. Like, that like, I don't know. I don't know what. Like, I already kind of expect because I'm gay and I came out at 29. Like, I've been gay. Like, I don't, like, never have I really actually been attracted to guys. Yes, I can see when a guy's attractive, but like, women, no. Women, oh, there's something else. But yeah, I would really like to make more stuff. And this is just like speaking out a lot of stuff, and I have a lot of stuff I could really say. But I would like to do more with this. My life was turned upside down after leaving the apartments and trying to put a lot of stuff out there now. And that's something, is that I have a lot of stuff in my brain, but actually trying to get it out, and that can be interesting. Right now, I'm not trying to spend my time talking so much to a camera because I really want to eat some ice cream, and I was going to watch a movie, but it's late. And my kids are going to have their first day of school tomorrow after we had like a week and a half of snow. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I want to speak out. There's a lot of stuff that yeah, and just about my own life stuff. I said that, like, I said that I was gonna make my last video about relationships, but I don't really care. Like, you know, my next, whatever. I said I was gonna make my next video, and the next video is gonna be whatever the next video is gonna be. And I've learned not to put out like what I think it's gonna be because, yeah, I really just go off the vibe of things, and we'll see how it's gonna go. But right now, this is what it is right now, and we'll see what comes after this. I'm so very grateful if you're here watching. Honestly, it kind of like it blows my mind a little bit. Like, I know I'm meant for such greatness, but whenever I see people that like watch my whole videos, especially the ones that are hour long, it's like, oh my goodness. There's so many people actually took the time to watch me that whole entire time. And I like watching my videos because it's like I would watch this if I actually, you know, if that's something that I was to do, I would watch this. I don't think I did such a bad job. And that's where I'm gonna, like, I could do great as a podcast, and I understand. And it's all gonna flow into place as it's meant to. And I'm just so very grateful for all of it. And I'm so very grateful if you were here and you're watching this whole thing. I'm so grateful for all of it.